All right, let's get it started. Now, this video, as you can tell by the title, how I leveled up my life in 12 months, under 12 months. Now, some of these things didn't take effect right away, but I had a huge growth spurt within a 12-month period because of these things, and some of them I started doing prior to that 12 months. But either way, it's just a title. Take it too seriously. All right. So, the very first thing, and I had mentioned this before in a previous video, I stopped smoking weed. I stopped smoking weed, and a lot of people are really, really in denial of this. Smoking weed, even different from drinking. I mean, obviously, drinking could ruin your life, can kill you, even faster than weed, but just your ability to level up and be productive is really, really, I believe, is more hindered by smoking weed than drinking. I don't think you can even drink as much, like your body can really like handle drinking as much as you can smoking. You could smoke a lot and you'd be perfectly fine for a long time health wise, but you would be so unproductive. It's ridiculous. There's just no denying it at this point, especially with this new weed that they got going. When I stopped smoking weed, I felt like a fire was lit under my life and I just took off for real, you know? And one of the main things is just your motivation. Your level of motivation increases a lot when you're not smoking weed. Like, you just start looking for things to do. It's productive. A lot of times people smoke weed because they're just bored. And when you smoke, it makes you okay with being bored and not doing anything. Nothing productive, at least. But when you're not smoking weed, you're kind of like forced to go and figure your life out. So that's one main thing. I'm not going to get too much into that because I already spoke about that. Everybody knows. Can't deny at this point, like I said. So that's really it. Second thing, work out consistently. Now, you don't got to turn into a whole bodybuilder and make this your whole personality, but it's just a really, really good habit to have. And I've heard plenty of people speak about this. You probably have also. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one also because you know this. Work out consistently. You don't got to have a ridiculous body goal. Maybe you should, but it just helps in so many different ways, you know, working out on a consistent basis. First of all, it makes your body stronger, which is always good. Nobody ever said, damn, I wish I wasn't this strong physically. It's always a plus. It makes your mind stronger because it shows you how to do things that you don't want to do on a consistent basis that have a long term positive effect. That's going to be a lot of different things. And you can learn that from just one act that you can do consistently. There's really no denying it. You don't, like I said, you don't gotta be a bodybuilder. You don't gotta be an influencer. You don't gotta try to be the most ripped and fit person in the room. But it's just a really good habit to have. So definitely want to implement that whenever you can. Make some time for it. And I mean, don't feel guilty about missing a workout here and there. But a couple times a week if you can. If you have a little slowdown here and there, but just incorporate it into your life on somewhat of a consistent basis. If you can get it down to an exact like certain amount of times a week and try to stick to that, sure, but don't take it too seriously. Just do it. Just do it. Make it fun. Make it something that you can start to enjoy. Don't overcome. A lot of times we overcomplicate it, like doing things that are good for us. Just do it. Who cares? Whatever. But yeah, just do it. Third thing, and this is where we start to get more serious now. The third thing is to increase your skill set at some point. Increase your skill set, add more value to the marketplace, bring more value to the marketplace. And do your best to do this at the most affordable way possible. Not everybody has to go to an expensive college and get a super expensive degree. Going to school, especially going to school for the right thing, for the right degree, is always a plus. If you have to go into some type of debt, I mean, make sure it's not too much. You don't got to go to the fanciest college, but make sure it's not too much. And make sure you're getting a degree in something that you've done research on that can guarantee you to get a high paying job. That's the purpose of a degree. Just get a high paying job so you can pay off those loans as fast as possible and have a high income so you can do what you need to do in your life. You could also do a trade school, technical school, whatever the case is, or just even a vocational type of thing, a course, an official course, not just a course that you buy from somebody on the internet, like an actual certified course in something that is guaranteed to give you a high income. Look for honestly the cheapest thing possible, something that you don't have to go into debt for if you don't have to. Me personally, I mean, and sometimes this requires you to do a field that you may not even really be interested in. Maybe a field that you didn't really see yourself doing when you were growing up. I mean, like we always say, follow your passion and do what you love and all that. But sometimes your passion and the things you actually want to do, it's not going to pay you a lot. And in this world, you can't really just depend on that alone. You can't just say, yo, you know what? My passion is going to pay me the amount of money I need in life. Unfortunately, this is not the world we live in. You know, I right now have a CDL, a Class A CDL. That means I'm certified to drive tractor trailers. When I was growing up, man, never ever imagined myself being a truck driver or driving trucks. That was never the goal. I'll be honest with you. It's never the goal. I don't know why. I don't know if I subconsciously looked down on it or I just thought it was something that's way too difficult because the size of those equipments is very intimidating, and I never ever thought of myself of doing something like that. And this is probably why I took even so long to do it because I mean I was encouraged to do it way before I actually did it, and I put it off for years. And I can honestly say now that that is the best decision I've made in my life. One of the best recently. Like honestly, literally skyrocketed in my life. It just took my life to the next level. And another thing about it is the school I went to get my commercial driver license cost me about 5 grand, $5,000. I was able to pay for that out of pocket, no loans. I did a down payment and a payment plan, and I was struggling to pay for that, but it was just a sacrifice for a short period of time for setting me up for a higher income. And then once I was finished paying, I pretty much finished paying around the same time that I actually graduated and got my CDL. So at the end of it, I had no bills, no loans to pay back, just my certification, the ability to get a high paying job, and then got the high paying job and just have high income. So looking at things like that, how can I increase my skill set with skills that are actually valuable to the marketplace, not just what I care about doing? Take that L and just do it because you're going to enjoy doing it once you start making enough money. Trust me, your passion will develop because your passion is an income at the end of the day. It's nice if you could do both. Find some, if you like what you do and it has a high income, more power to you. But do not hold yourself back because you want to do something that you really enjoy doing and that thing just doesn't pay a lot of money. I mean, I don't think it's worth it. Not right now. We're just not living that type of world, not the type of economy. It's just not how it works. The second thing, not the second thing, I don't know what number we're on, probably the fourth. Lower your expenses or at least just do not increase them. Lower your expenses. When you start to make more money, a lot of people go directly into showing it. They start to just buy more stuff and just increase the amount of money they have to shell out per month or just the amount of money they're spending. In that case, you didn't level up. You leveled up, I guess, outwardly, but in reality, you didn't really go anywhere. All the money that you got coming in now started going right back out. You're not building wealth. You're not building anything. You're not building anything that you could like look at and say, hey, I have this. It's not building. Do your best. That's what oh man, I did that. I started making a lot more money when I got my CDL and a truck driving job, and I pretty much just kept my life the same. And that's how I really saw that I leveled up because I was just putting money away. Putting money away. It felt so good. It became like a game. I started challenging myself. How little can I spend with all this money coming in? Decreased my expenses. Definitely kept a lot of things the same. And it was great. I'm still doing that to this day. And then here and there, obviously you want to reward yourself for certain things, but it doesn't have to be certain things that's super expensive. If anything, you could plan it out. Say, all right, you know what? Every 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, I'm gonna buy myself maybe one expensive thing, significantly expensive, just to show that, hey, But if you're gonna use every other paycheck or every check to just get something outrageous, like it's just irresponsible financially, especially in these times. Especially in these times. So something to think about. Keep it cool. You don't gotta show everybody that, hey, I'm making all this money right now. Like people only care. People don't care for real, but they only care while they're looking at it. Like you post some expensive clothes or a brand new car in your story. People only care when the moment that they're looking. Who's just scroll to the next thing? They forgot. But you're stuck with that bill. You're stuck with not having that money anymore. Long after they forgot that you even got it. So it doesn't matter. But what will stick with you is that big ass bank account that you keep on building. So something to think about. Another thing is to get out of debt. Oh man, this is a big one. This is a part of actually the last one, which is lowering your expenses. Because once you're out of enough debt and you start knocking your debt out until you're completely debt free, you're basically having less things to pay for, which will increase the amount of money you're saving. So you can build faster. So that's really the thing right there. Increase your income, lower your expenses. The amount of peace of mind you will have is unmatched. It's unmatched. There's no amount of expensive thing you can buy that can match the peace of mind of just having a ridiculous nest egg, having the ability to save as much money as you can as fast as you can. There's nothing like it. I don't think there is. Get yourself out of debt, and a big part of that is to not go further into debt. You can't. That's like being on a. Okay, one of the biggest parts about paying down debt is to not increase how much debt you have. You can't try to pay off your credit cards while still using credit cards. It doesn't make any sense. You have to stop. You may want to even stop using credit cards before you even invest in yourself and increase your skill set and increase your income. What I did was I stopped using credit cards. And what that did was actually showed me how much money I actually am making. Because when you stop using credit cards, you realize, like, oh, I actually don't have that much money. I really cannot afford my life. I need to make more money. That's going to force you to make more money, do things that are uncomfortable. When I did that, I was like, yo, what can I do right now? All right, I got to go figure this trucking thing out. I got to go get my CDL. I got to start driving these trucks. As much as I never saw that happening, it forced me. It literally forced me to get out of the job that I was in. I was super, I was job comfortable for years. I had a job that it was low paying, but I had a union, a lot of benefits, and I was just comfortable. My paycheck from that job did not cover my life, but I had credit cards. So I was like, okay, whenever the paycheck stopped, credit cards began. And that's how you start digging that hole. But once I said, you know what? Stop the credit cards. Forced myself to stop the credit cards. Literally got rid of the credit cards. Had no choice. I was like, yo, it's either I get it, a higher income, or I'm going to drown. And you'll figure it out. Now, you don't gotta take the exact same path I took. You don't gotta go get a CDL. You don't gotta. It's you have to really sit down and think, and that's what stopping, going deeper into debt, taking out loans, credit cards, things like that is gonna force you to figure it out. Like what works for you in your situation. For me, it was a CDL. Another thing, this is specifically for the fellas. Women, we'll talk about y'all a little bit. Fellas, the women, the women. I even was having conversations with my friends earlier, and we always have these type of conversations where it is expensive out here to be trying to chase all these women. First of all, the women themselves need help right now because it's tough out here. So they looking at you not just as potential partner. They're looking at you as just like a come up. You're another source of income for them, and and they want multiple sources of income. You just most likely gonna be another one, and they're gonna run your pockets. In the level up process, I'm not saying to just completely hate women, but you want to be very dating is expensive. I feel like you shouldn't even be trying to date and trying to find a wife or try to find a girlfriend or whatever the case is while you're in the process of getting yourself together. If it happens, it happens. I'm not saying if a good woman who's you see now, yo, this is potentially really a good woman to just completely write her off. No. But don't be out here just like intentionally full even if you're lonely, I get it. But don't be out here intentionally fully just ready to invest yourself, your time, your finances into every woman you can because you're so desperately trying to find the right one. No, 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 no. You're gonna be stuck in place. You're gonna get drained for everything you have. If you can, if you do come across a good one that you could lock in with for a little bit and she understands the journey you're on, she sees the bigger picture, you're able to explain things to her, influence her to a certain extent. Influence and control, two different things. Fellas, the right woman, you're gonna be able to influence her. Especially if you have your head on your shoulders and you know that you're on the right path, you're not giving bullshit advice, you're gonna be able to influence her. If you cannot influence your woman, she's probably not the one for you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is different from control, like I said, but it's just positive influence because you want the best for you want the best for her. Sometimes she may not see things a certain way because women are just like that. Some women are not, but for the most part, you're gonna be able to influence the woman. But don't be out here just chasing after all of them. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's just another expense. You're getting into deeper debt by doing that. You cannot afford it. So if you find a good one and she's proven herself, y'all could lock in for a while. Y'all could build together. And the great thing about when you build together, if you're not married yet, is y'all gonna be leveling up together. And say God forbid it doesn't work out, at least you both will lead the relationship better than when y'all entered. Because y'all been building. And 9 times out of 10, if y'all are building and progressing, there's really no reason, well, less reasons to actually break up. A couple that progresses together most likely will stay together. Speaking from experience. So something to keep in mind. So if you do all of these things that I mentioned put together and you really are intentional about this and you're consistent, you will see a dramatic increase and beneficial increase in your life. You will see positive change, guaranteed. That's going to give you opportunity to do even more things. You know, if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, yeah, you want to start a side hustle, this and that. Some people, some people dive directly into a business or whatever the case is, and I mean, hey, it may work for you, but you may want to actually like level up in other ways first. Build that discipline. Prove to yourself, improve your self trust. Prove to yourself that you can build something, build yourself. It's going to make everything else easier. In this day and age, to be honest, this self improvement thing, it used to be a luxury. It used to be something that you can do just to get ahead, if you want to get ahead of everybody else. If you want to really like have an above average life, you would really lock in and do these type of things. That's how I feel like it used to be. Now, to be honest with you, in 2025, it's what is it? It's August, September. It's October right now. I forgot what month it was. It is October 2025. In this day and age, It is no longer necessary. It's no longer a luxury to level yourself up. It is now mandatory. It is now literally necessary for your survival. You have to do this. You have to. The way how the cost of living, the cost of just surviving, the state of the world, state of this country, state of everything, you have to be the best version of yourself in order to literally survive. If not, you will crumble. Everyone is feeling it. So this is not just advice for leveling up. This is advice for surviving. And if you stay on that path, then you will graduate from survival and then you'll start to excel. But these are the things you have to do, amongst other things. But I'm just telling you what I did recently within the past couple months, a little over a year, that really skyrocketed my life. So there you have it. Be sure to share this with anybody who you feel may need this advice. Like, subscribe. You can even share in the comments certain things that you've done to help to level up your life recently. And yeah, let's get to it. Appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all watched the whole thing, let's get to it, man. We're gonna keep it going. No longer a luxury, no longer a necessity. It's now a necessity. It's now a necessity. No longer a luxury. Let's get to it.